Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of what is this? Pitch Practice, the show. So glad that you can join us this morning. We've got another beautiful morning and we're ready to practice. My name is Mark. I'm the guy behind the Mental Marketer and the private Facebook group, Funnel Building 101. I wasn't saying that right a couple of times, but we help business owners and entrepreneurs start and grow their online business using social media. We've got somebody in transit today. Who's in transit today?
And it's Brandon here with BK XX Enterprises, getting you found and finding that money in your business up to $100,000 in 45 minutes. I'm on the road, got a doctor's appointment this morning with the kiddos, but as we say, we don't miss, so I'm here.
Yes.
That's right. We don't miss even if we were in Mars. So Brandon is committed all the way, right? This is the commitment group is Pitch Practice. We've been doing it over 2 years, every single Wednesday. We are in our Pitch Practice series of reading Closer Survival Guide with Grant Cardone here and training every day. Every single person on the call here is looking to be the best version of themselves. And this is why we do this. Myself, I'm on the treadmill right now. No excuses. I got my lifetime goal t-shirt of what I'm going to do, what inspires me, right? I'm the person that's going to raise and donate over $10 million for immigrant students at Spartan Methodist College, right? And I currently sell franchises for Get Spiffy.
Yes.
I've sold about 100 plus in the last 15 in less like 100 days. So every day and every way I'm getting better and better and better. And this is why we do this, to improve, to get better. So let's hit it off. Let's pitch it. Let's go.
Crush it. My sales gong. I'm throwing up a couple of dongs for this past week because we've been closing. That's so awesome. It's just, I think that you can't underestimate the power of just meeting like this, on whether it's whether it's a weekly basis, whether it's a daily basis, because when you're going through your everyday life, there's so many other things, there's so much other energy trying to pull you in the other direction. Trying to pull you in the other direction. Now, because you've been doing these affirmations now for how long? How long you been doing the affirmations, Laura?
Affirmations since I was a kid, since I could speak. My mom would make me get in the mirror and say, go tell yourself that you are healthy. Feel a little sick, go and tell yourself. You see that person in the mirror? That's you. Let me introduce you to you. Go tell yourself that you're healthy. Go tell yourself you're going to do a good job, right? So my mom's the one that actually taught me how to talk to myself. I used to go to the bus stop, and then on the way to the bus stop, she'd always like swing my hands like this, and my brother was on the other hand, and she'd always say like, what did we come to America to do? To succeed. So like our bus, every single time we'd walk into the bus, like, what did we come to America to do? To succeed, right? Because I'm from Guatemala, so I'm from a different country, but I ended up in the United States. So that was like a huge affirmation when I was a kid. What did we come to America to do? To succeed, right? I was like 9 years old, and I still remember that. It was 20 years ago.
Nice. Man, that's important. Any other things that you incorporate into your daily routines, Brandon?
Daily routines, daily Bible read. That's been really powerful for me for the past several weeks. I mean, every other Thursday with my pastor, and he's always harping on me to read it. It's like, all right, I'll read the book. And I've been baptized twice, and never really put my faith into really anything or actually fully surrendered. And I know that's hurt me. And not to get too religious here, don't want to turn too many people off, but that's okay.
Go ahead.
The premise behind the Bible, if you don't see it as a religious text, if you break down the letters of the words, it's basic instruction for life everlasting. And if you look at it from that context, then you'll teachings that are in it.
You cut out there for just a second. It's all taught
parables. Sorry about that. I got a semi truck barreling down next to me too. Can you hear me?
Okay. Basic instructions for life everlasting.
Yep.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the Bible is such a great book. Yeah, like you said, Brandon, whether you feel it's for religious purposes or not, I think the lessons that are in that in the Bible are they're powerful lessons. They're powerful lessons.
They are. Yeah, they are. And like the verse that's been sticking out to me the most, it's just been kind of popping up in random places, is Hebrews 12:11. Go through the hard stuff now, paraphrasing it, go through the hard stuff now, do the hard thing now to reap the fruits later. Hebrews 12:11 there. And right now, we're going through the hard stuff, we're doing the practice, we're showing up. And it is, and it's showing with the end results. I mean, ever since I've been doing these calls, my Google exposure has gone up probably 1,000%. People are looking up BKXX Enterprises. They're checking it out. I'm getting more hits to the website. I'm getting more views to my business profile. I know eventually it's going to actually start with people are going to say, all right, I need to talk to this guy and figure out what I need to do. And that's the way that I'm taking the approach. I'm not a big out-and-out cold caller. Trying to follow the path of Byron Golden there for the attraction marketing, and we're going to see how long it takes to rock and roll and get off the launch pad.
Oh, yes, yes. It's just a snowball effect. And like you're planting seeds and then you're watering them and you're planting seeds. And when you plant seeds, you cannot not reap a harvest. You cannot not reap a harvest. And that's when you're planting good seeds. But same way that you plant good seeds, you can plant them in the opposite way. Awesome, Brandon. Awesome. That was great to know. Because I know, okay, so we do need to get into this week's chapter, but reading. But I know you're a big reader guy too, right, Brandon?
I do. I read, I don't know, something every day, whether it's an article in a magazine or a chapter in some book, just to keep the mind sharp.
Yeah. I know. I keep I think we were talking the other day, and then you mentioned something to me, and then I said, oh yeah, this is on page 65 of that book, right?
Yeah, magnetic marketing. I was like, dude, you're a machine. I would have never known exactly what page something was in. I barely knew where that Hebrews verse was because it took me forever to finally figure out where it was at. But I knew it was there. I read it. I memorized it. But the way I file things, I'm not as organized. I'm organized chaos,
Yeah. It's those things. Sometimes, I'll read those things and they just really have this like, wow, like that one, that one quote or that one part of that book, that part really stood out to me. And I remember reading that book on the plane ride home from Funnel Hacking Live just a year ago. It was amazing. You realize we haven't been back from Florida. It hasn't been 1 month yet.
I know, but it feels like much longer. It really does.
It does. I agree. It does. But we still got those goals that we're setting for this year. So we don't have any intention of stopping. This train is going. This train is pushing down the track. We got a pitch practice train that's coming, and we're constantly okay. So if you're out there and you have an opportunity to get with a group of people Get around an environment that can be supportive for you. And as Grant Cardone says, you know, don't lower your target.
Increase your activity.
Yeah, and not just increase your activity, but 10x it. Increase
your activity.
Yes, yes. And that's what we want you to to get from us for watching us do this and be here on a weekly basis at 6:30 a.m. Well, it's 6:30 a.m. for me, but depending on where you are in the world. Go ahead, Laura.
I'm gonna say 7:30 for me, and Brandon, I think 7:30 for you too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But every single one of us has taken this call when we were on different time zones. I've taken this call when it was 4:30 in the morning, right? Because I was at a different time zone. So, right, we always say no matter where we are, we're going to stay committed to this, because the more we stay committed to this, the more we stay committed to our own goals and our own dreams. And it is actually very much up to us to create our own environments. If they don't exist, we got to go and create them. And in a one way that Brandon and I have done this for literally consistently for 2 years is, okay, great. Maybe there aren't all these people around us that want to do this, but can we do this virtually? Right. And then two, like Brandon's a father. He's got wonderful kids. He's got all these other things to do. Maybe he can't show up somewhere to do this. And I'm kind of always, I travel a bunch for work. Right. And it's like, man, I can't just show up to a place every single day. So we found like, what are the barriers there? The barrier was it needed to be virtual. Right. So then the more we just stayed committed to making something happen and making it virtual and then doing our lives in between that, that's when this actually worked, right? Because I actually like to be on the treadmill, or I like to be at the gym or somewhere moving while this call is going on. So that's what worked for me. I'm like stacking my life to actualization, to be in a better version in multiple ways, and then still upgrading my environment in a way that is accessible to me, right? In a way that's accessible to Brandon, right? And to now Mark, a way that is accessible to you.
Yeah. One of the well, it was, we did 10 more rules of closing, and one of the closings, well, one of those rules that we went over today was always look for a solution. And something that he said was that this world has two people, those that can do and those that can't do and do nothing but keep telling other people what they can't do. Be the first person. Be the first person that finds a solution. And when you think that there isn't a solution, that's your sign to look harder. Continue looking. And that takes us to this to what we read today. Who wants to summarize it?
I think Brandon's the perfect fit.
Brandon's behind the wheel there, so we'll give him a pass this time. You want to, Inky?
Yeah. So we went over the last 10 rules of closing, right? The last 10 rules of closings. All right, ready? Spitfire them.
All right.
Always treat the prospect like a buyer. Always know you can come to an agreement. Always maintain a positive demeanor no matter what the response from the buyer, or for that matter, from your own management. Always smile no matter the outcome, response, objection, or communication. Always treat the buyer like they can. 15, always acknowledge the buyer for any offer or communication they make. 16, always agree with the buyer and never disagree. That's actually my favorite one, because then it says like, it takes two to have an argument in a disagreement. As soon as you agree, there is no disagreement. Let's see. 17, always look for a solution. That seemed to be your favorite one, Mark. Number 18, care so much you refuse not to close. 19, use the full arsenal of closes. 20, always know you don't truly provide a service until you close the deal.
Until you close. I think the one that actually really hit me was the care so much that you refuse not to close. and this is more and about your purpose. And this is really about the overall. You got to care so much that you refuse not to close. Care more and you will close more. It's
have missions. Have something bigger than just the money portion of it that means something to you.
I think that's on my mind because I had a conversation just yesterday, and it's kind of like with us practicing closing, we can't, we either close or we're being closed.
Absolutely true.
We're either closed or we're being closed. So if I'm being closed on, I am like, okay, I'm like, it's because I don't know. So I'm gonna tell you this person, right? We've been having some conversations for a while, and they've switched directions. It seems they've switched directions, and they said to me that, well, I think I think being an online entrepreneur a lot of times is really 80%. It's only about 20% actual mechanics and tools. It's more 80% mindset and believing that you can do it and drowning out the noise and closing yourself on why you can do it and not closing yourself on why you can't do it. So as I'm listening to the language that's coming out of this person, I'm thinking they're closing themselves on why they can't do it. They're closing themselves. So they're saying that I'll tell you, I'm gonna tell you guys, okay? So we'll see if maybe I don't know. I know we only have a little bit of time, but so they said to me, well, I think that this company that you're trying to recommend for me is just out for a money grab. And I can do what you're asking me to do for a much cheaper price. Okay, here that's not all. You listening, Brandon?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, that's not all. Once I get out of this hole that I'm in, I will go with this other company and I don't want to mention the names of these companies, but I will go with this other company. That's the answer that I got.
So what'd you say to that?
You want to know? I said, okay.
That's it.
You didn't say why? You said, okay, great. I would be like, great. Well, you can use them and me too.
Yeah, but okay. So this person, we've had calls before, and they were ready to quit. They were ready to give up on this dream that they have of building this business. And in that last call, they expressed to me that it was because of some trauma in their childhood. So it was really me. It was me saying to them that, look, your childhood is not who you are today. And why I say this is because this care so much that you refuse not to close is what I need to do. Because I think what they really need is that push to make them believe that they can actually do it. Does that make sense?
So does that mean you're going to call them today? You're inspired just one more time to reach out one more time and try it one more time? Is that what I'm hearing? because I see a smile coming on, which means there's an action waiting to happen that's just bubbling in you. You're ready to pounce, my friend.
Well, we're practicing. I can't, this situation can't go by me without me saying, I just let it go. So, okay. So here's the thing. Okay. Okay, Laura and Brandon, I didn't say anything at the time.
Okay.
So you asked me, what did I say? I didn't say anything at the time, but there is still an opportunity as we speak right now for an additional follow-up. And I didn't respond immediately. I said, okay, so maybe I'm in that one stage where I agreed so far. What would you say? What would you say, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I would have done it right there on the spot. I would have agreed. Just like, yes, I get it. I feel you. You're in a situation right now, but the window of opportunity is rapidly closing. You got to put that scarcity on them there in a polite way, in a nice way, and then go over the objection with the cheaper software. If I'm thinking of what it is in comparison, there really isn't a comparison now.
There isn't. There isn't, and that's the thing too. And I know that too. Yeah.
And the way I like to compare the two programs is Apple versus Android.
Android
may come out with a new hotness at first, and with the new innovative deal, but it's not as stable and as I don't know what the other term would be, but as adoptable as if it comes out second. Sometimes it's okay to be second, even though you want to be first, because Grant says if you're not first, you're last. But sometimes it's okay to be second and make sure you have it done right, and it is the absolute best product for you. I mean, you can look at the automotive industry right now today. I mean, Tesla was first to the market to mass produce an electric vehicle, but their product isn't the best. Elon has just done a great job of being that attractive character and building that movement to say, people to fall into the Tesla deal. But Ford and Chevy and GM and all that stuff are starting to get into the market, and they're actually building better quality vehicles that compete just as well with Tesla at a better, more fair price. So, that's the way that I would approach it when it comes to the value versus the price of what you get.
What do you think, Laura? Because I myself wouldn't approach it. With this person, I don't think I'm going to approach it from the standpoint of better software, because I don't think it's the software that's going to make them successful. And that's what they want. They want success. If you're having success, people spend money on Apple. Although Apple, you can get the same device for much less, but people choose Apple because of, probably because of the status, but the same reason you choose a Lamborghini over over a $5,000 car. You don't need a $30,000 car. You don't need a $60,000 car. You can do it with you can achieve the same results with a $10,000 car. But I don't think, and this is my opinion, this is my thoughts because of our conversations. It's not going to get you the result that you want. You might get this free software, but that's not what you want. You don't want free software. What you want is you want to send your message out to the world.
Right.
And this, with this here, is going to give you the best opportunity. You're not going to get that over there. You're not going to get the self-confidence that you want. You're not going to get the boldness that you want, because you're going to go over there and still be the same person.
Yeah, I would ask her, like, why did you initially reach out to me?
Okay.
Like, yeah, why did you originally reach out to me? Why was it that you thought I could solve your problem? Right? Because this other option that you're going to, the other option you said it's free or like just cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me ask you this. Are you an expert in that field? Like, do you know how to get yourself to ask her, like, do you know how to get yourself to where you want to be? No, that's why you went to an expert, right? Would you go to, would I go to you for advice and for treatment of eye care? No, you don't know anything about that, right? So why would I think that now all of a sudden I could buy software in my house to do my own eye care? It's right. I'm going to an expert for a reason, right? You got to pay for expertise. So ask her, like, okay, why did you initially come to me, right? Why did you think I could solve your problem? And then give her more reasons why you can solve her problem.
Right.
Because she came to you, right? She's been with you, and then how did this other third option or whatever came about? How did that come about?
Well, it's okay. There's a lot of noise out there, and
Of course.
That was me.
No, I'm not talking about that noise. I'm
not
just
real
talking
noise. He's
I'm
talking about
talking
market
about
noise.
what do you say?
Market noise.
Yeah, exactly. Market noise. So it could be some ad that popped up. Somehow you click on something and then all of a sudden.
Remember, it takes two people to disagree. Do not disagree. Ask her. Be like, great, you should use the software. You should actually push her. You should actually push her to use it. You should use that trick. Great. Would love to see how it works out for you. I'm pulling for you. I'm pushing for you. Stay committed to it, right? And then just remind her, hey, like, even if you need help with the software, I'm happy to be of service to you. I can help you figure it out, right? And then that's when she starts seeing your value. Like, dude, you're the expert. Does she know anything about marketing? Does she know how to use that? No, right? And then that's when you bring her down to like zero of, great, now let's do this, right? That's not working for you. Let's do this, right? You know this is the right project. You reached out to me, but now I'm the person that can get this done for you. Let's do this. Let's roll. Like, sign right here. Like, let's roll. Let's go.
Okay.
Don't disagree with her. Agree with her and say, like, be reasonable. Like, be so reasonable that you're just like, be unreasonable to be reasonable. Does that make sense?
Be unreasonable to be reasonable. It's like care more to close more. And that's why that one really hit me because I care. I care. And I think it's like, okay, all right, I can't you know what I mean? I can't close. I refuse not to close.
Yeah.
I refuse not to close.
Yeah. So with that is you got to push forward and you got to talk to her, right? You got to tell her, don't disagree with her. Love it. If that other product is the right solution for you, I am pulling for you. Anything I could do to be of service to you, I'm happy to do it. And it takes you out of this stage. It puts you again now on the same page of not disagreeing. So if you go back to that page, now all of a sudden she can hear you. Now all of a sudden she could listen to what you're saying. Because right now she's coming like, this guy is trying to get me to buy this thing, but I want to go do this other free thing. Great. I want you to do the free thing. We'd love to see it. We'd love to see how it works out for you. Can even tell you what metrics you should be looking out for. Because these are the metrics that I can provide for you, right? So then put yours like side by side, right? Here's on average, here's what I provide for people, right? So then don't disagree with her, right? Because all of a sudden, then that's when she pulls back. She's like, well, I'm doing this other thing, right? It's free, it's whatever. Okay, great. We'd love for you to do it. Great. I think it's a great option. It's a great choice for you, right? It takes two people to disagree, so do not disagree with her.
Right. That's good. You're right. Yeah. Go ahead.
I apologize. I got to jump off here. I'm walking into the doctor's office now. It was a pleasure, as always, working with you guys today. So you guys go crush it. All right.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. We'll see you, Brandon.
Bye, Brandon.
All right. Wow, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
No, that's exciting. So I think you're going to have a really good, successful conversation, right? Keep caring and caring also means like maybe that's good for her now, right? Because if she's a first time buyer in that space.
Yeah. And man, I listen to the words and I can kind of tell, because they made a comment about how they think this company is on a money grab.
Okay.
And okay, but there are companies out there, just because you charge more than your competitor, that doesn't make you somebody that's a money grabber.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make you better or it doesn't make you worse. It just depends on it depends on many factors. It goes back to that same thing that you were talking about like the car, or like what exactly are you trying to get done? Like what does the success look like? I often ask people like, what does total success look like for you? Right? Total success looks like I can, because I sell the franchises, great. Like I can move over 4 of my employees from this side of my business to this new side of my business. Like I can pay you guys in 30 days for the royalties. Like I can do, start in the next 90 days. Like I can use this other warehouse I already have. Great. If I can make all that happen for you, do we have a deal? Yes, we do. Great. Sign right here. You know? So like what does perfect success look like to you, right? Just you gotta ask her, like, because sometimes you just don't know the full story, and like why some people make choices. Because sometimes, right, if she's a first time buyer in that space, she's not used to getting hard questions asked at her. You gotta ask her questions. You gotta get the answers. What does that perfect success look like? Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. And well, this person has been going through, like I said, initially they wanted to quit, and we had a conversation, and I put their confidence back in them,
Right.
and it was saying things like, my parents always said I would be nothing, and it's always followed me my entire life. And that's not true, because look, you've accomplished this, you've accomplished this, and you've accomplished this.
Right.
So really,
Right.
you've already broken that curse.
Yeah.
You've already broken that curse. But now that same mind thing is creeping up again for them. And the thing that I think, right, is that
You got to say, well, this is a close. This is a close that Grant always uses. He says, well, if you don't believe in yourself right now, do you believe in me? Do you trust me? Do you believe in me? Right? Because I believe in you, right? So if you believe in me, let's do this, right? If you believe in me, if you can't trust yourself right now, if you can't believe in you, believe in me. I'm the one that's going to get it done for you, right? So, like,
right,
so many times other people can't trust themselves, but they can trust you for whatever reason, right? Because they see you as more successful, they see you as more just the person that understands everything else. So it's like, great. If you don't believe in you, well, do you believe in me, right? Do you believe in me? And then people are like, yes, of course. Great. Are you pulling for me, right? Do you want me to be successful? Yes, I do. Okay, great. Let's do this, right? You want me to be successful. I have the same uh, respect, right, for you. I want you to be so successful. That's why I'm doing this. And that's why I want you to do this with me, right? Because I'm the right fit for what you're trying to do.
that's it. All right. All right, we got about a minute left. So
Go ahead.
I
Take us out.
will
Take us out.
we're going that's going to be, because we had some homework assignments last week. So I just got your homework assignment. You'll be going on the radio here pretty soon.
About
And
15 minutes. Here we go.
yeah, and we got another weekend of our pitch practice. This is so awesome. What do you want to say for everybody out there as we sign off today?
Hey, as we sign up, is go out there and ask for the close no matter what. Stay committed. Go and ink it. Woo!
Woo! Yes.
Woo!
And as always, we appreciate all of your comments. We appreciate you. And let's see who can I shout out today. Some Wisman. I'm sorry. Wisdom, Edmund, Victoria, Jerry, Swad, Danette, Valerie, Tracy, Tim. Thanks so much for your comments and suggestions. Remember, just if you've got anything that you want to make comments down in the comments, send them to us and we will shout you out on our episode. Until next time, family, take care. See you later. Bye.